All right. So let's look on the page 6 at bar 63. I'm going to just do what the guys are singing, what our tenors and basses are singing here first. So our tenor, it's once you get it, it's super easy. Tenors sing this. Basses sing this. Just try that out, tenors and basses. One more time. Keep that in mind because that comes up again later. Our altos and sopranos are singing this. I'm going to do the alto first, and that's at measure, well, the last measure of the first line of page 6. 67, I guess it is, yeah. It sounds very much like a doorbell there. And sopranos are singing this. Try that out. Alto, soprano. One more time. Let's just try just that little section from Raindrops on Roses with all the parts. So here's our bass, tenor, soprano, and alto. Ready, and... Great, we're good after that. That comes up again on page 7 at bar 81. Exact same thing, just different words. Cream-colored ponies, let's try that out. Bass, tenor, alto, soprano. It's very straightforward. Now on page 8, it changes. It's different. This Girls in White Dresses is what we call the more major verse. So our sopranos at 99 sing this. Totally different sound there. Just try that ooh, sopranos. And altos have an extra note to have to sing. Try that at 99. Let's put that together. Alto, soprano. One more time. Beautiful. It's quite a lovely sound there. Tenors and basses also have something different here as well. Fortunately, our notes do not change though. Well, they're different from before, but they're the same back and forth. Tenors sing this. Try that out. And the basses do this. One more time, both parts together. And one more time. Let's try it from 99, all the parts together. So basses and tenors, girls in white dresses, altos, sopranos. Girls in white dresses with boots and sashes. Keep going. Silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Good job. Any other places people want to check on between the Sound of Music or my favorite things? I think we're okay with those. So let's get into our Lonely Goat Herd. Last week we just did a little touch of work on it just to get things going, but let's start with our yodels. Now, I did my best when I made the practice tracks for the choir. I think every part, the yodeling changed ever so slightly. So, should you trust your director? But I'm going to do I did my very best, and I have to say, when I do the recordings, I do my best, but they're not perfect. They're not meant for the radio or for Spotify. I think if we were to amalgamate all four, the yodeling is correct, but it was tricky. It was tricky, and I thought I got to get this done, so I just did my best with it. The first one is on page 11, and by the way, we have to come back 3 times to page 11, so we need to be aware that we have to go back 3 times to page 11. We have, high on a hill was a lonely goatherd, lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. Just try saying that with me, but in slow motion. See how smooth you can do all these vowels too. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. Now the big notes are what most people will be singing. Some sopranos though maybe want to sing the small notes. Sopranos wanting to sing the small notes would do this. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. The traditional sound of what we hear in the Sound of Music goes like this. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. Try that with me. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. Try it from high on a hill in slow-mo. High on a hill was a lonely goatherd, lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. All right, now the guys are going to sing this. Loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd, and ours are a little different. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. Just try saying that with me. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. One more time. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. Basses have an option of staying on the low. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. So if you want to stay on the C, up, up. The traditional sound from the movie is lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. Let's try that out. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. So then if we go back to loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd. Loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd. Lay-he-oda, low. I'll play the right notes. Do that one more time with me. Loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. Let's try that page out together. From the top, 147. High on a hill was a lonely goatherd. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. Loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. Now the next page is pretty much the same thing for our yodeling, but our altos have some parts now, and our basses have some parts. So we have folks in a town that was quite remote heard. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, lay-he-o. No surprises there. Lusty and clear from the goat herd's throat heard. There's a tongue twister. Lay-he-oda, lay-he-oda, low. I'm going to play what the altos would sing there at 155. And this is what the basses would sing. And sopranos and tenors sing the melody. So let's try our folks in a town that was quite remote heard. Here we go. Folks in a town that was quite remote heard. Lay-o, lay-o, lay-o. Lusty and clear from the goat herd's throat heard. Lay-o, lay-o, low. Let's try those 4 lines from the beginning, from 147, and then we'll get into our refrain. 147, ready, and high on a hill was a lonely goatherd. Lay-o, lay-o, lay-o. Loud was the voice of the lonely goatherd. Lay-o, lay-o, low. Folks in a town that was quite remote heard. Lay-o, lay-o, lay-o. Lusty and clear from the goat herd's throat heard. 163. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. So just think, I'm thinking of my mom and dad's pup, Leo. If any of you have seen him, he's a real sweetheart. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Lay. Let's try saying that all together. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Lay. And let's just go over the parts from that, just that line. So the sopranos get the traditional melody. Here we go. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Lay. Not too high. Try that one more time from the 163. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, Lady Oda Lay. I hear a couple of extra high notes in there in the bar 164. Listen to 164. So it actually goes lower. Lady Oda Leo. Just try that 164. Lady Oda Leo. Okay, let's hear what the altos are singing from 163. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. And I thought that was tricky. I know when I was recording it, I thought it was tricky. Let's do that from 163 again. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. Let's put soprano and alto from 163. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Leo. Tenors at 163. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, 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 Lady Oda Lay. One more time. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, 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 Lady Oda Lay. Basses are doing this. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, 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 Lady Oda Lay. Try that out again from 163. Oh, oh, Lady Oda. Oh, I'll play the right notes, Michael. Try it again. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Tenor and bass together from 163. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. One more time. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. And all four parts together from 163. Here we go. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Keep going. Oh, oh, Lady Oda Lay. Oh, Oda Lay. It's a little different there. First thing that's most important at the top of 13 is we're going to sing that softly. So we're going to make sure that that's like an echo at the top of page 13. So we've got that piano marking there. Okay, so the first two bars are the same. Oh, ho, Lady Oda Leo. The next one is a mouthful. Hoda Loda Lee O A. It is a tongue twister. It will make your mouth work. I'll say it again. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Try that with me again. Hoda Loda Lee O A. And then try to say it as smoothly as you can. Hoda Loda Lee O A. And I'll try that again and see if I can do it right. Hoda Loda Lee O A. So this is what the sopranos, I'm just going to do those two bars. That's what the sopranos, so that's the second two bars there. Try that with me, sopranos. Hoda Loda Lee O A. One more time. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Altos sing this. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Try that. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Soprano and altos. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Tenors in that same spot do. Hoda Loda Lee O A. Try that. that with me. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. And the basses sing this. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. I think you guys have the most important, or the most interesting part there, basses. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. Tenors and basses together. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. One more time, tenors and basses. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. And let's just do those 2 bars. Ho-da-lo-da-lee-ho-way. Now from the top of the page, singing it softly. I'll just play the rhythm so you get the... Before I leave that, we should maybe just do the whole line once, just all the parts once. Let's do sopranos from the top of 13. Here we go. Oh, oh, lady, oh-da-lee, oh, oh-da-lo-da-lee, oh, hey, altos. Oh, oh, lady, oh-da-lee, oh, oh-da-lo-da-lee, oh, hey. One more time, soprano and altos. Basses. Oh, oh, lady, oh-da-lee, oh, oh-da-lo-da-lee, oh, way. Everyone together. Oh, oh, lady, oh-da-lee, oh, oh-da-lo-da-lee, oh, way. And then we go right back to page 11. It's going to be a print. Oh, and by the way, there is the word which is in the middle of page 13. That word belongs to our sopranos and altos. So you may just wish to, when you turn back to page 11, before the word prince, or even before the number 2, just write a capital letter A. That way you don't have to worry about that prince on the bridge, because there is a pickup written from the middle of page 13, so it goes like this. A prince on the bridge of the castle motored. Let's try the verse 2. Here we go. We're going to do all the parts together and work our way through. A prince on the bridge of the castle motored. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-lay-o. Men on a road with a load to tote herd. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-low. Men in the midst of a table. Men drinking beer with the foam afloat herd. Lay-o-da, keep going. Oh, oh, lay-o-da, oh, oh, lay-o-da, oh, oh, lay-o-da, wonderful. Just to make sure, we were men on the page 12. Men in the midst of a table d'hôte herd. Table, so it's going to be very French. Table d'hôte. Okay? The H is not pronounced, and it's like table, like we would say en français. Okay, let's do a prince on the bridge one more time, and then we'll keep ourselves going. Here we go. A prince on the bridge of the castle motored. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-lay-o. Men on a road with a load to tote herd. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-low. Men in the midst of a table d'hôte herd. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-lay-o. Men drinking beer with the foam afloat herd. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-low. Keep going. Oh, oh, back. One little girl. On this line, we are not singing soon her name with a gleaming glow turd, soon her mama with a gleaming glow turd. Soon her mama with a gleaming glow turd, lay-o-da-lay, oh, what a duet for a girl and goat herd, lay-o-da-lay, keep going. Oh, oh, lay-o-da-lay, oh, lay-o-da-lay, oh, lay-o-da-lay, and that A is on the top of page 14. So that's very important that your eyes move the third time. Hoda-loda-lee-o-a over to page 14. So we have our first ending. The second ending is really, I don't know why they put the second ending in at the bottom of the page, because it really, maybe it's because of the for the second verse. So then we're over to page 14 and we get our final verse. And yes, it changes again. So happy are they, lay-leo. Just try saying that with me, sopranos and altos. Happy are they, lay-leo. And this is what it sounds like. Just those two bars. Here we go. Happy are they, lay-leo. Then the next one goes, lay-leo. Tongue twister. Oh, lay-leo. This is what it sounds like. Tricky enough there. Try that with me. Oh, lay-leo. And then our tenors and basses get a counter melody that goes, oh, lay-o. So that comes in about 2 bars in. I'll do that one more time. Oh, lay-o. Let's try just putting those few bars from 181. Here we go. Happy are they, lay-o, lay-o. Are you okay with that? Ish? One more time? Sure, you got it. Happy are they, lay-o, oh, lay-o. Soon the duet will become much. This is familiar. Lay-o-da-lay-o-da-lo. Now the next part is super fun. It's not hard. Ho-de-lay. So it's ho-de-lay. And we get this echo effect happening. So our sopranos and altos are just going to stay on middle C. Ho-de-lay. And sopranos go ho-de-lay. All right. And then the tenors and basses kind of echo that. Let's try that out. Ho-de-lay. And stop, and let's look at this ending. Ho-de-lay, o-de-lee, o-de-lay. So we get a couple of little differences in there. Ho-de-lay, o-de-lee, o-de-lay. So the E continues along. And the tune is not quite what we hear in the original, because I think in the original it goes up to, I think, to a high A at least, if not higher. So it's in essence, it's supposed to be easier than the original, but it's not the same as the original, so your ears won't. So this is what the sopranos sing. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lay, ho-de-lay. I messed it up again. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee, ho-de-lay. Try that with me. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee, ho-de-lay. One more time. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee, ho-de-lay. Altos sing this. So it's basically what we call a triad there. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee, ho-de-lay. Try that with me, altos. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee. Oh, play the right notes, Michael. I don't know where my head is at. Try that again. Ho-de-lay, ho-de-lee, ho-de-lay. One more time, altos. Ho-de-lay. Try that, sopranos and altos. So that's what it sounds like. Here we go. One more time. And the tenors and basses are doing the same words at that section. The tenors are singing, I believe, the same as what the sopranos are singing. Try that, tenors. Try that, tenors and sopranos. And I'm going to say, looking at it, that the basses are singing the same as the altos, but we'll do the basses once. I don't know why I want to say it the other way, but we'll try that again and I'll see if I can get the right words. Try that, altos and basses. Let's try all four parts together. One more time. I want to say A, but it you know what? I think we're going to make our, yes, Audrey.
What do we pronounce, D or D?
It's a whole delay. But you know what? I'm going to make an executive decision because I think there is a typo. I think it's supposed to be ho-delay. It would be so much easier if we just keep it the same. So grab your pencils. We're going to change it. Ho-delay. So it's the same both times. I think the composer has a couple of typing errors. So I'm making that executive decision that it's going to go like this. Ho-delay. Try that with me, everybody. Ho-delay. One more time. Ho-delay. It's going to make your director's life easier. So just consider that. I think I'd like to try the whole Lonely Goat Herd one more time and just see if we can make our way through everything. We'll keep it a little on the slower side, but I'm going to pick up the tempo ever so slightly. So I'll do about that, and I'm going to play the intro from the top of page 11, and let's see if we can make this happen. Here we go. How did that feel overall? Getting there? Denise? Did you say? Page 14, yes. 192. Is it the second line of page 14? Second from the bottom. The third bar. Oh, layly, oh, layly, lay, oh. Oh, layly, oh, layly, lay, oh. Oh, layly, oh, layly, lay, oh. There's that extra little syllable. Okay, happy are they? Is that? Tell me the bar again.
Bar 193.
193, okay. Oh, okay, that's the top of page 15. Page 15. Okay, so hodelay, and you just hang on to it. So hodelay, 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 hodelay. Pardon me? It's not the original. It's definitely not the original. Yeah, John Levitt. It's John Levitt's version of it. I think we're getting there. We are getting there. Let's take a look at Do Re Mi as well, so we can do a little work on Do Re Mi. This one's significantly easier than our Lonely Goat Herders. So we start off at the top of 207 with the beginning of Do Re Mi. Let's try that. Let's start at the very beginning. 1, 2, 1. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. And we'll stop there for a moment. You'll notice it says sop only, tenor only. So sopranos and tenors, altos and basses are on break for this moment. So the sopranos are singing the traditional melody. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. And the tenors are singing this. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Try that, tenors. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Let's put that together, soprano and tenor. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Now, on the top of page 17, the altos and basses ask the question because you've never learned how to sing before. Do, Re, Mi. So the altos sing Do, Re, Mi, and the basses sing Do, Re, Mi, which is actually not Do, Re, and Mi. But anyways, so this is the top of 17. Do, Re, Mi, and ask the question. So let your voice kind of inflect up to the question. Try that again. Do, Re, Mi, and then we get the first three notes. Keep going. The first three notes just happen to sopranos and basses. Do, Re, altos and tenors. Do, Re, Mi, and then we're off to the races again. And we'll do that in a moment. Let's go back to page 16 and try it from 207. I'm going to give us a 2 or 3 bar introduction. Let's just work our way through that section once more. I think Pages 17 and 18 are pretty straightforward for our sopranos and altos. Do. Traditional. Tenors and basses get this great little counter melody on the ooh, where we're kind of feeling this kind of a very Broadway sounding. Then at 245. Let's try just that little bit together from 237. Do, a dear, here we go. Now, the next portion, I think, is traditional melody for our sopranos. I don't think I need to run over any of that, but I will run over the alto part from So, a Needle Pulling Thread. So, a needle pulling thread, La, a note to follow, So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That's tricky. That will bring us back to Do. I'll do it from T, a drink. T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do. And I'll play the right notes. From 253, tenors. So, a needle pulling thread. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do. Basses from 253. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do. Let's put that together from 253. Here we go. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do. Then on the page 20, which we're going to go forward, we get these syllables as the children are learning how to sing. And I would like to give it to all of the sopranos. So the sopranos are going to sing the So, Do, La, Fa, Mi, Do, Re. No other parts in unison, so sopranos are going to sing this. So, Do, La, Fa, Mi, Do, Re. So, Do, La, Ti, Do, Re, Do. Then everybody comes in on page 20 with parts singing when you know the notes to sing. Try that with me. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. And thing is over the page to 21, but it's the same note. Let's do both those verses, and then if anybody needs to hear their parts, we will do so. It's pretty straightforward on that page, though, I think. So, So, Do, La, sopranos are on first. So, Do, La, Fa, Mi, Do, Re. So, Do, La, Ti, Do, Re, Do. Everybody. Okay with that section through there? All right, then on to page 21, we come back to some familiar territory. So at 287, here we go. Now it changes a little bit. So I think our sopranos get the traditional melody. I'm not going to run the soprano line. Altos start to get something different, especially the flip of the page over to 23 is a surprise with some extra words. So I'm going to go from 303, altos, so a needle pulling thread. Here we go. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, T, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. And then the ending is very straightforward. You're singing along with the sopranos. And the trick is just not to overhold those last two notes there. Let's do soprano and alto from 303. So a needle pulling thread. Here we go. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, T, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. Beautiful. All right, from 303. Tenors are the only ones singing so a needle pulling thread because the basses get a little echo part. So the tenors are singing this, and then la. Then it kind of goes back to what we've sung before. So try from 303 tenors. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, T, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. Then our basses get this kind of cool little echo effect. They've heard everybody else sing. A needle pulling thread, so that's what the basses are doing there. I'll do it right from a needle pulling thread. A needle pulling thread, the note to follow, so, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. And I blew the notes when I flipped the page, but we'll try the bass part one more time from the second line of page 22. Here we go. A needle pulling thread, a note to follow, so, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. Tenors and basses together because we're not on melody here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, do. So you've heard it once. Let's try tenors and basses from 303 right to the end. So back to page 22, measure 303. Tenors are on first. Here we go. So a needle pulling thread, a needle pulling thread, a note to follow, so, a note to follow, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, do, and I'm going to do that last do, re, mi, fa because it does not match the proper syllables. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, do. Let's try it together from 303. And then the basses later. Here we go. So, a needle pulling thread, a needle pulling thread, a note to follow, so, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do. Keep going. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, do. Beautiful. Awesome work there. Let's put that one away for the time being. We've done tons of work on the Sound of Music, but we made our way through it. Give yourself a little stretch, and we're going to do grown-up Christmas list next. So we're going to work on grown-up Christmas list. Have a drink of water if you want a drink of water. And we're not in any rush, but what I'm going to do is we're going to do the same thing as we did with the Sound of Music. I'm just going to play through our parts rather than working with the accompaniment. We'll just make sure this one is not nearly as difficult as the Sound of Music. So give yourself a little stretch. A deep breath. Now, I am feeling, is it a little warm in here? Yeah, I'm just gonna check. Is the AC on, Val? It is. Okay. It does feel a tiny bit warm in here. So, I'm working you guys. Yeah, working you guys hard. So let's take a moment to take a look now at the grown-up Christmas list, and we'll see what we can do with our grown-up Christmas list. Feel free to stay seated, or if you wish to stand as we are doing this, just to give yourself a stretch, you're welcome to stand as well. So the grown-up Christmas list, I think we've just run over it a couple of times. It's not too bad, but a few little things, and there are some repeats in this one too to deal with. So the opening starts off with "Do You Remember Me," sung with the sopranos and altos in unison. And then we get this little syncopated rhythm. Let's just do the sopranos and altos for right now, and we'll find a place to stop. From "Do You Remember Me," sopranos and altos. Do you remember me? I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Keep going. Well, I'm all grown up now. Can you still help somehow? All those are going to get some harmony. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. Keep going. Keep going. Not for myself, but for a world in me. Keep going. No more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts. Everyone would have a friend. That right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up Christmas list. Now, what you do, DSL Coda is telling us basically to go back to page 2. And what I'm going to suggest, because our sopranos and altos are singing this melody, there is an extra word, as, which is at the top of page 5. But if you write it before the word children, then you can get right back to page 2 right away. As children we believed. And I'd like to actually do that verse with the sopranos and altos, and then we'll get to our tenors and basses after that. As children we believed. So I'm back on page 2, where that little funky S sign is there. Here we go. As children we believed, the grandest sight to see was something lovely wrapped beneath a tree. Then ooh, can never heal a hurting human soul. Keep going into the chorus. No more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts. Everyone would have a friend. That right would always win, and love would never end. This is my, get ready to go to the coda, Christmas list, which is just the line below that, and we'll stop there. That's a good place for us to stop. All right, guys, thank you for your patience. Let's look at, so the first page is all sung by our sopranos and altos. The top line of page 2 is sung by soprano alto. And then the tenors and basses come in middle of page 2 with some oohs. There's a tied note, and then we sing, I'm not a child, but my heart still. We'll just try both parts to begin with, and then if we need to hear parts separate, we can do so after that. So I'm on the second line of page 2 with our oohs. Here we go, tenors and basses. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. Keep going. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list. Not for myself, but for a world in need. Keep going, tenors and basses. No more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts. Everyone would have a friend, that right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up Christmas list. Get ready to go back to page 2. Was something lovely wrapped beneath the tree? Well, heaven surely knows that packages and bows can never heal a hurting human soul. No more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts. Everyone would have a friend, that right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up coda Christmas list. So let's put those two verses together and see what happens with those two verses. All right, so right back to the beginning, all 4 parts together. I'll be making sure to cover your parts as best I can. Here we go, right from the beginning of the sopranos, 1, and altos, 2, 3, go. Do you remember me? I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. next section, yep, we're going to take a look, is what we would call the bridge. And it's very straightforward at the beginning. It's all these unison notes. And then it gets quite adventurous at the top of page 6. So I'm just going to play what happens through those 3 lines. Feel free to hum or quietly sing through this, what is this illusion called? Missed some C sharps at the top of 6. Let's try it from What is this illusion, and we'll see if I play the right notes, and then we can talk about parts after that. So middle of page 5, what is this illusion called? What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. The next part is almost the same thing, just in a new key. So let's talk a little bit about that top of page 6. I did play the right notes that time, so trust that I played the right notes there. I think we should hear everybody's parts through there. So we really should try it from the middle of 5. What is this illusion called? So let's start with our sopranos. What is this illusion called? Here we go. What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. There'd be no... And then we're off to the races in that last chorus. I think we should do that again because that's tricky. What is this illusion called? Here we go. What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. There'd be no... Good stuff. Let's hear what the altos are doing from that same spot, page 5. What is this illusion? What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. There'd be no... And honestly, I think the only part that's hard is the truth. The truth. So from the top of page 6, if you're listening from Ever Find the Truth, so it's going, Ever find the truth, there'd be no more lost hope. Let's try soprano and alto from What is this illusion? Here we go. What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. There'd be no more. You will have it there. Let's hear what the tenors are doing. It gets adventurous at the truth as well. But we'll do the tenors from What is this illusion? Here we go. What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. Hard. Let's do it from the top of page 6. Ever find the truth. Ever find the truth. There'd be... You'll almost have to memorize the sound of that because the sharps and flats make it really hard to read. Never find the truth, there'd be. I honestly think the people who arranged it, or the person who arranged it, made it very difficult for us there. Let's try the basses though, from What Is This Illusion? Here we go, basses. What is this illusion called the innocence of youth? Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. The truth, there'd be no more. Let's try tenors and basses together from our illusion. What is this illusion? Here we go. What is this illusion called the innocence of youth? Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. The truth, there'd be no. One more time, tenors and basses, and then we'll put all four parts together for this bridge. Here we go. What is this illusion called the innocence of youth? Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. The truth, there'd be no. All right, let's put it together. See what happens here. What is this illusion? All four parts. Here we go. What is this illusion called the innocence of youth? Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. Keep going. There'd be no more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time would heal our hearts. Everyone would have a friend, that right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up Christmases. This is my only lifelong wish. This is my grown-up Christmas list. I love that it ends on an easy chord, but it's a little tricky getting through that last section. I think that that's probably enough work on that one for tonight, because we can come back and work on the other sections towards the end. Does anybody have any pressing questions, though, about what we just worked on in Grown Up Christmas List? All right, so we'll put that one away for the time being. Let's do another stretch. Let's do another stretch, and then we'll just do a few pieces to round out the rehearsal. And once we're up, feel free to move around, have a drink of water. If you have to run to a washroom, just to remind you, there are washrooms on the main level, just outside and to your right, and there are washrooms in the basement if you need those as well. I thought we could do one of our sing-along pieces, and I think that I'd like us to sing, on a day that we got to 29 degrees Celsius, Frosty the Snowman, because we melted him today. And let's stay standing for our Frosty. Now, the music is pretty straightforward. When we thumpity-thump at the very end, the way the music is built is it goes low at the very end. I'm on the last page. Thumpity-thump, thump, thumpity-thump, thump, over the hills of snow. But I just know myself, I'm going to want to go thumpity-thump, thump, thumpity-thump, thump, over the hills of snow. So feel free if you want to add a little harmony along the way. And speaking of which, there are lower notes every now and then that altos are welcome to try a little alto as well. So this is one of our sing-along songs. We don't have to practice this one hard. Our audience will cover us nicely as we sing Frosty the Snowman. And here we go for some Frosty. Verse 2. Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with the broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop! Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Wonderful. Have a seat and we'll just run through a few pieces just to get them in our ears, get to know them. We've tried out the Somewhere in My Memory. I think we've tried it maybe once or twice. And this one's not nearly quite as taxing. And we're not going to work too hard on this one tonight. We just want to kind of go through it and get it in our ears and in our minds. There is one portion where there's a soprano solo at the bottom of page 6. Don't worry about, oh yes, yeah. Somewhere in my memory. My apologies. I sometimes don't even know if you are, I'm thinking in my head, but I may not be saying it. Somewhere in my memory. I always expect that everybody's supposed to be in here, you know. Bottom of page 6, though, there is a soprano solo. Don't worry about that. So sopranos, altos, and this is 3 parts, so soprano, alto, baritone. Follow the bottom of page 6. Don't worry about the ahs there. So just keep that in mind there. Other than that, I think we will do our very best. There are some oohs in this one as well. We will do our very best. So I have a demonstration that I had prepared, so I'm going to put that one on. And we will do our very best and give it a try. I'm going to go a little slower than the regular speed, just a little slower. So candles in the window, breathe in. Candles in the window, shadows painting the ceiling, gazing at the fire glow, feeling that gingerbread feeling, precious moments It's going to be wonderful. So that is our Somewhere in My Memory, and that finishes the first half of the concert. And we tried a little bit into our cantata booklet, and that's what I'd like to wrap up the rehearsal with, is a bit into our cantata booklet. Have you heard a Celtic Christmas celebration? Some of you, it is in your binders directly, and other people have a book, but it's Have You Heard a Celtic Christmas Celebration? And last week, we really only worked on the first couple of pages. I want to do that over again, but I also want to run the piece through. So it's a little adventurous in a few places, but we're going to give it a try. So let's go over what we worked on, add a little bit more, and then try the whole piece out. So we're in Christmas Day in the Morning, page 5. And I'm just going to play what the sopranos and altos start off with, the traditional God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. So let's just do just the sopranos and altos right now through this little section, and we'll find a place to stop. Here we go. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior. Have you heard to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray? Keep going. 1, 2. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. We'll stop there for a moment. I'll just go over those little tricky spots in there, but I don't want to spend a long time because I want to go through the tenors and basses and also, like I say, try the whole piece out. So I think the God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, pretty straightforward, except that you have to hold the A of dismay a little longer. Then Remember Christ our Savior, traditional melody, but the your of Savior has to be held through. Then we get this kind of asking these questions. The altos do it first. Have you heard? Then the sopranos go, have you heard? Then you have to be on deck right away to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone. This is no surprise. Then we get our O tidings, no surprises there. Just a little slower than our usual. Now here, sopranos just hold the joy, the G. Joy. Oh, tidings. And then it goes double time. Comfort. And it goes a little faster. Altos at the bottom of page 6 do this. Comfort and joy. And then you get this little comfort and joy. And I think you need to say that with comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. So in a very brief moment, I've just kind of guided you through that. I know we may not be perfect on that yet, but let's see what the guys are singing. So the guys are singing, again, a bit of an echo, asking these questions. You've heard what sopranos and altos have done. And then the basses go first. Have you heard? And the tenors answer, have you heard? And then was born on Christmas Day to save us all when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now, through that, I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to highlight a bit more of the bass part that time so you get a chance to do it again, and we'll put that back together. So I'm at the page 5. Here we go. So the ladies have just done. Have you heard? Was born on Christmas Day played the right notes. I may have blown the timing at the bottom of 6, but I played the right notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to have fun with this. I have a recording that I created as well. It's just a demonstration one, so it's nothing fancy. But we're going to try it out, and we're going to try singing through the rest of the piece too. So warts and all, we're going to do it. Here we go. And give me a quick second here. So I'm going to do this a little slower, but trust me, it gets pretty speedy moments from now. So you're going to hear what the demonstration part sounds like, first of all, or the narration portion. So we're hearing our narration. Mark Coyle is our narrator for this through here. We're just about ready for the top of page 5. 1, 2, 3. Gone resting there, gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Have you heard? Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day. Have you heard? To save us all from Satan's power, to save us all when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. Whither sailed the ships all 3 on Christmas Day? On Christmas Day, whither sailed the ships all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning? Oh, they sailed into Bethlehem. They sailed into Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring if you thought that you were on break after doing Somewhere in My Memory. But it's going to be awesome. You know what? I thought we were more together than we were last week. So there you go. I want to do one more. I timed it well because I really wanted to try the second piece as well. So we're going to try this brand new for everybody tonight. Come Messiah, Come Emmanuel on page 19. There's a little tricky bit of an opening. There's this kind of a little riff, and it's at the bottom. It's not hard to sing, but it comes up again and again. The basses sing this at the bottom of page measure 7, page 19. Try that basses. Come Messiah. Tenors are going to echo when they come Messiah. Try that, tenors. Come Messiah. Let's try just that little 7 and 8 thing happening. Come Messiah, come Messiah. Actually, if you the sopranos and altos are comfortable, because I know you get it as well, just try singing that as well. So altos, sing what the basses would be singing. So I'm still at bar 7. Don't worry about trying to read the notes there yet. Come Messiah. Sopranos are going to do Come Messiah. So let's try all 4 parts together at 7 and 8. Here we go. Altos and basses start. Come Messiah, come Messiah. We'll do that one more time. Come Messiah, come Messiah. So keep that in mind. That is going to happen a few times throughout. There are lots of familiar portions, but the tune, which is a familiar hymn tune, has been really jazzed up. So again, we'll just try our best and see what happens with this. We're just trying our very best. And let's give this Come Messiah a try here. So I just did this just at 6 o'clock tonight. So it's a rough cut for our piano. So we have a little narration happening in here. I'm on the second line now. And tenors and basses, get ready. Come Messiah, come Messiah. That comes up again with a new key change. Come Messiah, come Messiah. Sopranos and altos. Come the long expected Jesus, born to set thy people. Come Messiah, come Messiah. Speed up, come Messiah, come Emmanuel, come Messiah, come Emmanuel, I'm just gonna say you did some good sight reading there. The one thing, this did record everything, so I'm gonna shut the recording off now. So I'm